right, let's keep this theme going. I've got to this up a little bit. Got to be doing some driving therapy anyway, so I might as well set the cameras up and go for a little rip for you, with you. Maybe it'll help me not have any sort of panic meltdown. So we'll stay on our comfortable roads, and I'll update you on this beauty. This sucker is freaking good, man. This car is real good. You're about to see. So I need to, just like the 997 RS, I need to go get an alignment just on the front end, because we flipped the camber.
And issues in the news, and it's become massively popular.
Yeah, we flipped the camber, the top plates, camber adjustment plates, and I have it pretty, it drives straight, pretty spot on. I'm sure it's pretty darn close, but I really do need to go and just have it dialed in. I think I want to raise the rear up a little bit too, so. I do have this little squeak right here, so I'm going to take the airbag off and the steering wheel and lubricate the wherever that joint is. Other than that, this car is freaking ace, man. It's good. You can hear that ground loop, so I'm going to swap the head unit. That's the last thing I need to do, because we have the amplifiers cranked up too high, like the gain is cranked. I just need to have more pre-out, have more voltage on the pre-out, so that way I can turn the gain down, so we won't have this noise introduction. Never pay your stereo people ahead of time, because he's been promising to come fix this thing for a year now. I shouldn't have paid. So a reminder, this is S52, so this is the American, stinky American version of the engine, which I think is pretty darn good. The low end torque of this thing does howl a bit. You'll see once we get to operating temp, it makes a little bit of noise. I have the Dynon intake and Dynon exhaust. From what I understand, I don't think there's really anything to gain from doing headers or a mid pipe. So I have the stock headers, stock mid pipe, and yeah, this thing sounds freaking great. Performs great. Super easy to drive. The handling, I've said this before, last time I drove with you, the combination of steering rack, Brembo brakes, Öhlins TTX. This is the best aftermarket suspension on any car I've ever had. This is the 96. It's just, the suspension is great. And we put the racing, my friends at Racing made me a Techno Violet OG Hex super heavy weighted shift knob. The ZHP shift knob I had on here just wasn't quite heavy enough. It needed a little bit more weight to combat the UUC shift, short shifter and shift rod. And so once we did that, or once I put that on, the shifting's great. I mean, it's not ultra short, not ultra mechanical. I can use a little bit more. Maybe I should change the bushings to be a little bit stiffer, but really I can't complain. I mean, the shift function is really nice. It's not, like I said, not super mechanical, but it functions well, so I don't really see the need to mess with it. But this thing is just a freaking cruiser, man. It's really nice to be in a small, like, it's compact, but it still has a back seat. You know, it feels like a proper coupe. You know, now coupes now are so freaking big. Even the GT3s. I mean, that's why the 997 I think is a great car, because it's just the right size. Same thing with this. You know, I think I'd be okay with keeping this thing, but I just feel complete with it. Like, I feel like I don't need, there's nothing else to do with it. I'm not a collector. I'm still not completely sold on doing a giveaway, but I'm like, I'd say 75%. So I can't sell it. I've spent too much money on it to get it to this point. Where I spent 45 on the car and then another 100K to get it to where it's at, between suspension, completely rebuilding the interior, you know, putting the stereo in it and all the parts and pieces that have gone into making this thing great. I mean, this feels, to me, it feels like a brand new 96. But with sort of the BMW timelessness of it. A couple of things I don't love is the, you know, the stuff inside the dash tends to rattle a bit. And I feel like there's occasionally a weird vibration or noise that happens that I don't love. But I mean, you can hear the car sounds good. I mean, it steers well. I mean, putting the yellow tag steering rack in this, the CHP steering rack, is magical. It just makes it steer like a modern car. I like this wheel better than the other Euro spec wheel. I don't like how that one looks at all. It looks like it's half broken. I think this one's the way to go. We're up to temp here. Once we're going to spin around and we'll rip into the car a little bit, but it brings a smile to your face. I mean, and it has that grunt that the E36 doesn't have, that kind of low end growl, and has some torque that makes it just super drivable. But still, you still rev to what, 7,500 or 7,000, I guess you rev to 7,000 RPMs, and it takes a little while to get there. But that's part of the charm, part of what makes it nice. Let's go up in here and take a peek at this new neighborhood and see what's doing here. See if there's anywhere we can get do some driving. Construction zone, do not enter. But man, the suspension is just so well set up and damped. My friend Barry from 3DM Motorsports, set me up with this Olins TTX, which cost a freaking fortune. I want to say it was $9,000, something like that. Jeez, this goes far back in here. I didn't realize how far back this would go. Been really working on this. It's your way into this community. Is called Water Oak. Oh, shoot, for now I can come back here and make some exhaust videos. It's a little rough because they have to skim coat this. Heck yeah, this is fun. You can come up here and rip my own little autocross course. I'm gonna do this for sure. Bring the touring back here and rip around. Heck yeah. Turn that ASC off. The stability control doesn't work very well. Uh-oh. I get myself. Cool back here. I'm definitely gonna rip this. Come back here after I finish this video. Do some more scouting. Glad I came up here. But having, like having this car without these brakes, just I couldn't imagine trying to rock stock brakes in this thing. It would be terrible. Takes a while to get there, but you get up to a decent speed and the car does okay. Put my lights on. You just get behind a 911 here. That's a rare occurrence up here in these parts. He does the same thing I do, hang back and then gives him a little room. That's a 992, I think, or 991.2. Yeah, because it's a turbo 911. Have you guys ever seen me behind another cool car in this area? Because I haven't. I don't think I've ever had it happen. But this thing it's nice, man. I mean, it's easy to drive, easy to toss around. But again, I feel like there's a couple of light bulbs out behind the dash. I need to fix that. They weren't out before. And then there's the squeak in the steering wheel. And then there's rattle in the dash. And I'm just not cut out for to be a 90s car perfectionist. It's just not in the cards for me. Just not. I don't enjoy it as much as I would pursuing perfecting a new car. So I feel complete with this. I mean, who knows? Maybe when I have some massive facility and I collect cars, maybe I'll buy another one someday, and maybe I'll regret doing a giveaway on this. But the plan right now is to do a giveaway in September. But we'll see how it goes. I just love how it delivers power. There's that little 2500 to 3500 little bit of torque. It's just makes it really drivable. It's got a nice deep tone to it. There's no raspiness like the E36 has, which is nice. Easy to heel toe, easy to rev match downshift. What's not to like? Just a little bit rattly. Dang, I gotta fix that squeak. It just started like a couple weeks ago. Just gets a little bit like it runs out of guts around 5 to 6. It it kind of loses that little bit of torque advantage it has. But But I think, if I were to keep this long term, I would probably do, there's a pretty common cam upgrade. You cam, you do the M50 intake, and then we do, what do we do? What is it? Is it the cruise control delete? No, it's not cruise control. It's something else delete. But I'm not super inspired to go rip this thing. But I do like driving it. I know it looks good. Even when you get up to speed, I mean, it feels like you're going a lot faster because it is a smaller, older car. So it is fun to drive a slower car fast at times. Been working on my heel toe. Not good at it yet, but decided to re-motivate myself to get it done. Something in my brain is broken, so it's made it so that I can try to do it. But I mean, I feel all the work we've done to this thing, and cooling system, and the power steering system, changing all the belts, all the fluids have been flushed. The spark plugs, coils, plugs, spark plugs. It just makes me feel really confident. Like, I feel like I could drive this car to California, and not have an issue. Which is nice to know. Like, it runs at, an appropriate temperature. It's good. Really good. But like, literally right now on this drive, for the first time, I'm getting some vibration up through the clutch pedal. Like, what the heck? My timing's just a little bit off on the old heel toe. So the thing that helps is having a good stereo. That's what's helped me enjoy the car a little more, because right now all these little vibrating here and through the clutch pedal and the squeaky steering wheel, if you turn up the music, you can eliminate a good chunk of that. Annoying noise is the thing the car tends to make. It just feels different. I mean, the car fits in the lane differently than what you're used to. It's so much smaller than everything else modern. Well, so much for going around our few turns here at a decent speed. This car, man, if you were an E36 lover, I mean, this has made me one to some extent. Just that little bit of bassy rumble on the exhaust is all you really need with this. Because the engine's not like high strung and really impressive, I feel like it makes an appropriate amount of intake noise from 6,000 to 7,000 RPMs with the Dynon intake, and then the this kind of low-end torquey bassy sound is just really nice. Fine. God, Jesus, he was there 12 seconds before me. Love the little Little VTEC kicking in there, a little cam switch over. It's cool. And then you have confidence of the Brembos. You know, it's got brakes. It's nice. So the plan would be to do a giveaway on this. You know, if you're not familiar, you go to obsessedgarage.com. You'll be able to buy stuff. We have already created all kinds of stuff because I was supposed to be doing a giveaway in January on this, which we just weren't ready for. I wasn't ready for. I still have to do some things to the car to finish it up. But the giveaway would be September 1st to October 31st. And yeah, I do those as like on a car like this to create some buzz, you know, some marketing, hopefully make some money, and I get out of a car that I spent too much money on. Because if I were to sell this thing, I mean, what would it sell for? 70, 80 grand, maybe, if I found the right person. It's not a 3,600 mile car, it's a 36,000 mile car. But it is a nice cruiser, man. But I wanted to give you an update while we had some daylight here. I left the garage a little earlier today, so I had some time to go for a little drive with you. But yeah, E36 is it's nice. A little squeaky, but nice. Gosh, that squeak is gonna drive me crazy. Not super inspiring, but always courtesy rev. See you soon.